Hey guys, my name's Raf and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm 21, my business, e-commerce business, made over 80 grand in a single day, and I'm just here to show you exactly how I did it and how I started the brand. So look, I don't sell a course. I have no intentions of selling a course because I made the money this way. There's no point me marketing and honestly scamming people. A lot of courses are a scam. I haven't been scammed, but people watching this video, I'm sure they've been scammed by some online guru with a Cuban link chain. I mean, I've got a chain on right now, but a Cuban link chain and a couple Raris and, rented, all that stuff, right? I mean, some of them make genuine money, but a lot of them make their money from selling the course, not from doing what they're selling the course on. But, I mean, if you want to learn how to sell a course, that would be pretty good at it. Right, anyways, enough about them. Look, I do sell a mentorship as well. So a mentorship, I'm genuinely coaching guys one-on-one. You have one-on-one communication with me. I only let in about 3 people a month. I've scaled other people to massive numbers. That link is in the description below. So if you're interested, you can apply. It's an application process. You can't just get in if you want to. So, all right. So my business, here's the dash as well. So my business made over 80 grand. Here's the dash. It actually ended up being 80,800 because we had a lot of refunds that day. Very sad, but you can't be mad at 80 grand in one day, right? So how did I do it? What did I do? What do I even sell? Can't really say that, what I sell. If you get to know me a bit better, maybe I'll let you know. But apart from now, I'll keep that a bit quiet for now. But what did I do? Well, I found a product that had longevity. So you have to build a brand, right? I don't drop ship. I tried drop shipping when I was like 15. It didn't work out. Yes, you can make money drop shipping. It is short term though. The people who sell their companies for billions of dollars aren't drop shipping, right? They've got a genuine brand with genuine identity and all these things that I'm going to go into in the video. But the brand you can build can sell for, 8 figures, probably at the least if you do a decent job. So how do you do it and what to look for? So you need to look for a problem that people have, and your product needs to provide the solution, right? People have lots of pain points. There's insecurities that a lot of people have. For example, let's say men, they bald, right? Especially bachelors or middle-aged men, might be divorced. The wife must have left them. They're probably I lost my hair. That's why my life's over. My wife, she left me, right? Because I'm going bald, right? So then you can sell a product that helps with balding or various things, or hair growth or something like that. Or people like my age, maybe a bit older than me, or they see their dad bald and they say, oh, I don't want to go bald. So then you can sell stuff for hair growth and that sort of thing. So that's an example. That's something that popped to my mind. For example, another one's probably coffee, right? Or let's say like an energy drink or energy gummies or something like that. I've seen this brand, right? So I'm rambling on a bit, but I saw this brand who sell caffeine gum, right? Which is great. People are tired, they don't want to go order a coffee, drink coffee, but they still need a little pick me up. Caffeine gum, it's called Zoom or something like that. Again, creative name, right? So anyways, there's lots of problems, lots of solutions, right, to those problems, and your product needs to be the solution. So then people buy it, right? When you're marketing, it makes it so much easier when you hit the pain point and then you say, all right, my product solves it. People go on the website, they buy instantly, right? So we've ticked that one off. Next, it has to be a consumable good. So like that caffeine gum I mentioned before, you don't just have one caffeine gum for the rest of your life, right? You have a packet and you use one a day. If you're, sometimes you'll probably use a couple a day. But if you're selling, this one picture, right? A picture of, like Taylor Swift or whatever, right? People are just going to buy it once and they're not going to keep buying. So then it's like you have to get another customer and you have to pay for the acquisition, and it's super expensive. But when you actually have a repeat customer business and a retention business, you're going to keep making that money and you don't have to pay for the acquisition anymore. All right, so next you need to be able to serve a market that is not really paid much attention to, is an underserved audience. So you don't want to advertise to who you want to advertise to. For example, I'm half Nigerian, right? Nigerians in Melbourne are few and far between. There's not many, right? So there's not enough scale there for me to even sell a massive amount and make 80 grand in a day just of Nigerian men or women in Melbourne or Australia, let's say, right? There's not enough of a market there. But, you know, for example, you know, gum or, you know, caffeine gum, you can target people who work long hours. There's a lot of people who work long hours. In fact, people who work 8 hours, you know, they're going to be tired, right? And, you know, hits, you know, 12 o'clock, oh, you know, I just need some gum, pick me up, you know what I mean? So something like that, you want a big audience, which has a lot of money and they can spend money, right? The next thing is you need a product with high average order value, or AOV is the acronym for it. Now, that's probably where caffeine gum has a problem, because that was just something I rambled off the top of my head. But that probably has a low AOV. But let's say electrolytes, for example, natural electrolytes. You know, people sell natural electrolytes for a lot of money, right? I use electrolytes. I think they're natural. I hope they're natural. I've got to check. But, you know, electrolytes, you can sell them for, you know, $80 for a 30 pack, right? You can sell them for a lot of money. So that has a high average order value. And then you've also got to go into the bundleability, right? So you can package electrolytes with a water bottle. And then you have an average order value. Let's say $50 for the water bottle. It's a stainless steel water bottle, no BPAs, no nothing. And then you've got the electrolytes, right? Which are going to be $80 for a 30 pack. And I have seen people sell it for an 80 pack. I'll go into it later. But that's $130. So it's probably going to cost you, I don't know, all up maybe $20, you know, with shipping and everything. So you're making $100. You can pay $100 for the acquisition, right? So that's a great product idea that I've just come up with off the top of my head, right? And then the next thing is you need to create a product or be able to create a point of difference with the way you market and the way your product's sold. For example, electrolytes, they're oftentimes sold to people who are athletes. I'm not a professional athlete, but, you know, I go to gym, run, whatever. For people who run, who go to the gym, sporty people, even, you know, younger people who do sport, basketball, footy, all those things, right? But everyone can use electrolytes, right? Even if you're working, people are dehydrated. People don't want to drink tons of water, right? People aren't drinking enough water. But if you have electrolytes, you know, especially on a plane ride, right? It's perfect. People go on a plane, right? They're dehydrated, they're not going to drink enough water, but you put electrolytes in, hydrates them more, right? So you can serve these to, you know, let's say, you know, middle-aged women, right? Who work, you know, they work a job, you know, they don't drink enough water, they feel tired all the time, they get headaches through dehydration. You can market to these people, and that's a point of difference you have, and I don't think there's anyone really doing it. I haven't seen it, at least, right? Now, where are you going to find your inspiration? Well, you can go on AdSpy or Atria. We use Atria. Atria is very good. So you can just find brands here. You know, let's look up a more niche topic. Let's say, I don't know, like health. Search up health and you've got all these things. So Flow, this is a period tracker app, right? It's an app, it's not consumable. Obvi, massive brand. They sell collagen and fat burners. Right, again, fat burners would be great because people, you know, now everyone's fat. So, you know, people want to lose weight, especially with Ozempic and stuff, right? People are really going to lose weight. This is Greens, Athletic Greens. I used to have this when I was a kid and it was branded completely different. But this is for your health. Then there's Seed, which is probiotics. I know all these brands. And that's the thing, when you're in the e-commerce space, you got to research all these brands. So, you know, not only brands in your niche, but in other niches, you can take inspiration from them. And then you can click, let's use Obvi, right? You can click on Obvi and you can see kind of what ads they run, what their branding's like, what pain points you know, for example, 30 pounds, I'm assuming that's weight loss, right? Yeah, and boost metabolism, you know, all these things, right? So you've got all these pain points that you can target, right? Honestly, fat burning is such a good idea because you would so it's collagen, right? For your skin and everything, but fat burning supplements would make so much money. So if you're willing to start a brand today, fat burning is a great idea. Anyways, now where can you find more product ideas? I mean, Atria you do have to pay for, but for free you can use basically any sort of social media, and you can find something. Reddit's also really good because you can go on Reddit and you can search up best weight loss supplement, right? And you can type in, you can see all these people who have, you know, who talk about their journey with weight loss and what they used and what worked and what didn't and all these things, right? And you can get a lot of inspiration, a lot of like little tricks and source from there. Ecom Twitter is also great because people drop so much value there, and you're gonna see lots of ideas there as well. All right, the next step is to source samples on Alibaba. So you wanna make sure that they're cheap, like competitive pricing, right? You still want good quality, but you need to make sure it's the cheapest that you could possibly get. So shop around, negotiate with the suppliers, right? They're gonna break your balls, but you'll find one that's cheap. You need to make sure that they can customize the good, right? Ideally, the packaging and the actual product is done by one supplier, but sometimes you might have to get packaging from somewhere and the powder, for example, from somewhere else. But you need to make sure that they can customize the product with your own ingredients and your own samples. Make sure they also provide a good product. You need to test it, right? You need to order these samples. Don't be lazy and just after you see the sample, say, oh yeah, it looks all right, and start selling it. Because it might literally taste like bum, all right? It might taste like bum. I've literally received samples, they tasted like absolute bum, right? We ordered samples, they tasted like bum, right? We can't do it, right? And if we're selling that to people, people are gonna drink it or whatever, and they're gonna throw it up, right? So make sure it's good, and make sure they can do low mock, right? Because if you're going all in, you're gonna order this product, you need to make sure they can do low MOQ, which is the amount of products you need to order. Some of them will require like 5,000. No, you need to order, a little bit to start off with, because you wanna start the business off lean. You don't wanna buy too much stock, especially when you haven't even made the ads, right? So you wanna make sure they can do a good price for low mock. So for example, what would I do? I'd go on Alibaba and I'd search up fat burner, I don't know, let's say fat burner pills, right? And you've got all these and you can sell these for so much money. People would pay like $100 for it. So these are 120 capsules, right? It says min order 50, minimum order 50. They're about $6 USD. You can sell these for $100, right? So you can sell these for, a lot of money because people are very insecure about their weight, right? So you've got all these brands. This brand took inspiration from Obvi, as you can see. We've got all these, suppliers who provide this product. So you can negotiate with all these people and get a good price. So next thing is the branding checklist. So what is your name, right? Make sure you have a cheeky name, I don't know, like for example, Obvi is just easy to remember. For example, make creatine gummies, create creatine gummies, something like kind of fun, not funny, but like intelligent, I guess, witty. You want a witty name that's easy to remember. Next thing is key principles and brand values. So what's driving the brand? What makes your brand special? What makes your brand unique? And you just got to think in your head, okay, I've got this brand idea. What is my vision for it? What do I want it to look like? What do I want it to feel like? What do I want people to feel like when they go onto my website and everything? So you need to identify these values, and this is like stripping it down to the basic. And then who's your target audience? What's the demographic, right? Fat burner would probably be, for women are probably more insecure about their weight than men. So it's probably going to be probably women in their 30s. It's harder to lose weight at that age. So what is their lifestyle and what are their interests? So for example, 30-year-old women, go on TikTok, right? And search up 30-year-old woman day in the life and just watch a ton of them, right? Watch an absolute ton of them. Know what they do, what they eat for breakfast, stuff like that, right? You need to know your audience, right? If you're not a part of that audience, you need to get to know them and pretend that you are, right? And you need to think and you need to basically be them. Right, so then you can be like, all right, I'm in their shoes, what would make me buy, right? And then you've got to go into competitor inspiration. So I'm gonna go on Google and I'm gonna search up fat burner pills. Sounds like I'm looking for drugs, right? But again, this is very clean, this is very simple, right? This is medical, so it's probably a bit more expensive. This brand isn't too good. This brand looks all right. I don't like this brand, but you're gonna see a lot of brands that you do and you don't like, right? So when you see all these brands, you can kind of identify, okay, what do I want my branding to look like? For example, for women and stuff, I think you can go simple, but I know Obvi, right, which was the other brand we looked at, they're a bit more, look on the website. they're a bit more poppy. You know what I mean? It pops a bit more. It's a bit more bold, but I think it's good. It stands out. But you know, for example, if you're doing like a makeup or women's skincare products, right? Go into Mecca or Sephora, or you know, I don't know what the store's equivalent would be in America or something, but go into these stores, right? Go into these stores and just see which brands stand out most to you, and then just draw inspiration from it. Take a photo, send it to, you know, maybe your brander, you know, your graphic designer, who I'll get into later in the video. Send it to them and build the brand around that. So the next thing you want to do is go into your packaging and your product design, and like what you actually want your packaging to look like. So what are your material preferences? Is it going to be matte? Is it going to be gloss? Is it recyclable? You want something that people can actually reuse, so they can keep your product in their house, and then subliminally people see your brand and they see an ad, or people come to their friend's house, they see, you know, a bottle or whatever of your brand, and subliminally they're gonna think, right, okay, what's this brand? Then you never know. Facebook is crazy, right? I don't know how they stalk these people, but they do, right? Then boom, they're gonna get an ad for it, and they're gonna be like, oh, I know that brand. And then they're probably more likely to have trust and buy. Then you want to get mock-ups from, you know, a supplier or anything. Make sure you get the mock-ups. Make sure you're very specific about where you want the logo placed, right? Where you want the name placed, where you want the ingredients. Obviously ingredients usually on the back, but you know, I think it's very smart. Some people even have ingredients on the front if they've got very like small amount of ingredients, and it's very natural, because people kind of look at it straight away and say, oh, it's only got these amount of ingredients, it must be healthy. And then you want the icons and certification. So, you know, if you want to get, you know, approval, like medically approved products or stuff for weight loss, you'd have to write the approval or certificate or whatever on the product, because it makes it more trustworthy. Is it organic? Is it vegan? Is it cruelty free? Right? Is it all natural? Right? These are all things you need to put on the product, and needs to be able to be at the forefront and seen, so people know, okay, I'm buying this, it's natural. Because people aren't thinking when they're scrolling, they're in a brain dead state. You want people to buy quick, and they say it's natural. It's great. The fourth thing is brand messaging, voice, and tone, right? So you want to make sure, you know, you identify, okay, is my brand casual? Is it more professional? Is it more white collar? Is it more playful, cheeky? Or is it, you know, luxury, or many other voices, right? You definitely want to position it in like a more premium price point. So you want to have your branding reflect that, so you can just, I guess, sell it for more. Then the next thing is like what phrases you can use. Like, you know, Nike has just do it. I don't think our brand has a phrase that we don't really have too much of, like a cheeky phrase or anything. But, you know, if you're creative like that, you can have like a cheeky phrase or cheeky words to use. And you've got to make sure you also avoid certain words, right? If you're selling to grandmas or older women or men, right, you don't want to make cheeky jokes, right, with your branding, because it's going to be distasteful to them, right? You want to make sure that it's, you know, the voice and the words that you use reflect your target audience, which is why you research your target audience so much, because it's super important. Another thing to include is your unique selling proposition. So if your competitors don't have a natural product and you come up with a natural product, make that known, right? It makes it so much more easy to advertise. It makes people more willing to buy, right? For example, even the marketing angle, right? If people are selling electrolytes to, you know, fitness people, athletes, gym goers, sell it to the everyday Joe who sits in the office most of the day, right? Because they're still dehydrated oftentimes as well. So you've got a different marketing angle, and you can really kill it and take over the market. That's how we took over our market, you know, made over $80,000 in a day. You know, most people use a certain marketing angle for our product. We use a completely out of left field marketing angle, right? And we just, I think we're genuinely the leader in that market, right, for our product, which is crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. And like other people are copying us now. All right, then the next thing is you want to go on Fiverr and just find a designer that fits your demographic. All right, so I'm on Fiverr now. I'm just gonna scroll and see, you know, what kind of graphic designers. I search up for brand design. All right, just search up brand design. You'll find someone who can do everything for you. So this person is very expensive. This is Australian dollars, by the way. But I don't even think her branding's that good. Like, she's scamming people low-key for that price. far out, these people are charging so much. You don't have to pay this much though, like you don't. For example, I don't know, let me scroll down. Like, yeah, this is like good. See, this is good. They've got the brand identity, branding kit, you know, it's okay. I mean, the branding's not okay. I mean, it's $70, right? So you're not gonna get that much for $70, but it's decent. I think if you don't have much money, this for $70 is very good. But let's find someone who's a bit more expensive. Like, you probably want to spend $200 to $300 ideally. Yeah, this is okay, right? You can look at these brands. If you want a brand like this, you can make something like that. Again, $200, right? So you want to make sure you're spending at least, and this is Australian dollars, so like spend $200 to $300 Australian dollars. It's much cheaper if you're in USD because Australian dollar is weak as piss. But if you can only spend 60, you know, I literally saw a good option for about $60, which is like the equivalent to like 30 USD. Sorry, 40 USD. So you've got lots of options there, and this is how you build your brand. And I think if you have the money, spend it, because it's very important. You don't want too much cluttered branding, right? Because you don't want to go to a rebrand. So for example, Celsius did a rebrand, right? And their Celsius rebrand, right? For example, you can see here, right? This packaging is very cluttered. It's got a lot of stuff. So I did say, you know, make sure you know, if it's all natural, all these things, right? But it's too cluttered and looks like absolute garbage, right? They tried to rebrand. This is better, right? This is much better, but it's still just cluttered. I mean, obviously this was much older branding by the looks of things, but it just looks too cluttered, looks too low quality. It looks cheap as. It looks cheap, ugly, right? But now Celsius is a $1.3 billion company because they had this rebrand. It's simple, it's nice, it's clean. It's what you want to go for. So this is all you need to know. Everything you need to know on how to build your own brand and like get the product and everything going. This is all you need to do, right? This is literally everything. I've given everything. Obviously, it's not going to take, like, it's going to take time with sampling and everything, but this is literally all you need to do, right? And then launching the brand, I'll probably make another video on like the ads and stuff and that sort of thing. But you know, you do this, you've got a brand, you're probably going to be able to sell way better than we did at the start if you do all these things, because this is stuff I've learned a little bit down the track. So I didn't know all this when I started, but if you know all this when you started, I didn't see a video like this when I started. I wish I did, but I didn't. So yeah, if you want more information, or you want more help and more guidance and you have a bit of money, I sell one-on-one mentorship for $2,500 US. That's once-off payment and your lifetime, lifetime student. You won't even need it, but like, sometimes it gets a bit lonely. Obviously I did spray with my friends, but it gets a bit lonely. You want a few friends, build up your own network of e-commerce founders who are killing it. So if you want to apply, the link should be in the description. Not everyone will get in, but if you have the money and you're willing to put in the work, we'd probably love to work with you. Only taking about 3 people, honestly, a month maybe, depending on how fast the people scale who have already bought the previous month. But give it a shot, give it an application, and I'm always happy to hop on call with people anyways. Otherwise, this video and my videos on my channel that I'm gonna make are gonna give you enough value, hopefully, to build your own brand. So that's what I hope for you all, and I genuinely want to help you all. So thank you very much.